The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing today? Hopefully you all had a good Thanksgiving. All right, no problem? Good. Now, at the end of the day, we're trying to get you to listen and learn and turn these up. Now, what does that mean for most of you? I'm Ray Reynolds, Godfather of Credit. Got the nickname on KNX Radio years ago. Been on that station about 49 years. Now, I got lucky while I was being used and abused as a kid. I paid attention. That's right, I paid attention. I listened to what the grown-ups said. They didn't give me all the rules and tools, so I had to create it. Now, I got lucky then. I got to my first million as a kid. I was 14 and a half, 2.6 billion at 26. So let's understand that big building behind you, I obtained that too. And the Lamborghini, it's only $1 million car. Here's the keys. So what happens is, if I can get through it, so can you. But the reality is, most of you, I'm sorry to say, you follow silly people that kind of do it wrong. But maybe you spend thousands of dollars on this or that, or your friends and family. Sorry, some of them rip you off too. So I'm going to go through this process today, how I got to million to billion, but it'll be up to you as well. The ability to play the game, and that's what we want to do. I'm going to call it a game. I'm always going to play the game to win. See, here's the thing. I knew as a little kid, if I played a game, I'm going to be honest, and I'm not going to cheat. I'm going to want to win. See, when you want to win, nothing gets in your way. You're going to play chess. You're going to play checkers, backgammon, all right, something else like this. So what's our goal? Well, let's win the game of business. Now, I wrote that 48 years ago, by the way, in a series that I sold years ago at the Bonaventure. So let's understand. I'd like you not to take any pictures or recording up front. Here's the FBI rules and tools, but there will be a page or two I'll say take a picture of. So have your cell phone ready. Is that okay? All right. Now, me, all I can tell you is I basically accomplish all my goals. I don't stop till I do. I get possessed. All right, I'm going to go after it no matter what. That's me in 1981. So I don't understand how people say white men can't jump. I hold the record for the highest and fastest kick on planet Earth. And I like goodies. You like goodies? You know, I built my first mansion at 16 and a half, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and helicopters, and don't forget the yachts. So let's understand. I can get you to million to billion if you listen and learn, but it's going to be up to you to follow through. The reality is we got choices today. I'd like you to get your cell phone ready right now, okay? Now I'm going to explain something what I always did for me. I like boring businesses, and I mean boring, okay? I never wanted to really run a business. I started the largest donut chain in the world. That was fun. Largest cleaning company. I was the largest manufacturer and distributor for satellite television for years, having fun. At the Bonaventure for 32 years, every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. for literally Los Angeles, selling a, let's call this Millionaires Founders Kit, 5,000 a set, 32 years, second largest advertiser in Los Angeles. So I like boring businesses, and I'm going to tell you what they are. Car washes. All right, I wrote a book on car washes, apartment complexes, laundromats, storage units, dry cleaning, and even hotels, converting them to what? All right, to what? Townhouses. So we're working on this one project right now. It's in Texas. It used to be a Hyatt hotel. All right, well, the Hyatt went out of business, so what did? We converted right now. And because we work with profit and nonprofit, all right, literally you get free money practically, 0% interest rate. I like that. There's 110 units, 110. They're going to give us $1,700, all right, dollars per unit. And it's going to be for military use only. Is that kind of good? So we took the profit and nonprofit working in conjunction. It's kind of fun. So let's understand, these are the things that I always did for me. All right, this is what turned it into millions and billions. All right, I didn't really want to run a business. Every one of these can be run by third party. That's the goal. Now, my clients in coaching, I show them different ways to go get it, give them a bridge loan, give them the loans and lines of credit, and they give them this broker's list and say, here's, you can find some locations, or I'll do it for them. See, I'm the person that wants to turn around and get you the money. but your goal should be $100,000 a month income to the corporation. So I'd like you to take a tablet and pen right now. Hopefully you have in front of you now. Run, go get it right away. I'm going to give you the rules and tools and steps today. I'm going to give you more knowledge you ever learned from anybody in this next hour, okay? All right, I want you to play the right way. All right, so we're going to talk about your city and your state. We look at banks. Banks are going to shut down 1,000 more locations. They already announced that several weeks ago. But if we look at this, let's understand that's a corporation owning a corporation. So let's understand. Bank of America, their parent company owns corporations called branch numbers, and that is called a subsidiary. So when they bankrupt the location, they keep the assets and the money, just wipe out the lease on their debt. See, we've got to realize these things are happening in front of you. I don't think you ever paid attention. It's like you have 11 cities that filed bankruptcy before. And why didn't you understand how they did? See, when you follow people like ducks and sheep, you don't learn anything. And the reality is you spend thousands on crap that probably didn't work. How about getting stuck with me up to 6 days a week? Yeah, 6 months, 3 months, whatever you want. I've been online and in person for 49 years. You get to have fun. Now, here's a corporation with a division. Service Ride Corporation Division. See, what happens with you, sorry, and don't ever take anything personal. If you have shitty credit, you jacked up the wrong damn card. See, you jacked these cards up, you dropped your score, got stuck, couldn't get any more. You brought the pain to you and your family. I call it silly and dumb. You see, the reality is you should have had a sticky in every card. Wrote down the limits, $10,000, you can use 29%. Years ago, I'm the guy that trained Ken Yarborough when he was security chief at TRW. He became a Spirit in '96. I set up rules and tools. There's a rule of 25 to 29% rule. And during the pandemic, I was actually suing Credit Karma because they kept saying 42%, getting it wrong anyway. So you understand the rules and tools since day one. Now, here's the thing. All cards fluctuate. Can you write that down? But two, these don't fluctuate. Let's use some common sense. If these cards fluctuate to 29% good and above 29%, you drop your score, get stuck, can't get any more, so then you jacked up the wrong damn card. If you have these two cards personally, they don't fluctuate at all, which means, guess what? If you got to go past 20%, 29%, use the right card. And what you get to do is maintain 750 forever. You have, shitty credit because you didn't know how to play the game and win. And you didn't listen to me, you listened to some ding dong. That's just my opinion. Don't take it personally. So your banks and grocery stores bankrupt thousands of locations. B of A will hit 8,100 by the end of this year. So let's understand how to play. Then you got companies, and you got Sam's Club, Geico, and Walmart. You got banks, you got cities, they file bankruptcy. See, let's understand in your head a couple things. A corporation is a legal person of what? Law, public record, and legal person of flesh. Ow, ow, ow. So we have to understand. Now, the next thing is borrow money is not taxable. Put that in your brain, understand it. Borrow money is not taxable. So we have to understand your first goal for you, all right, you being a man or woman, man up, woman up, that means you have to stop bringing the pain home. You got to just flat out stop bringing the pain home. I'm going to give you problem and solution at the same time. Okay? So guess what? I have helped 50 million people so far. I got 33 millionaire clients, and I got 30 billionaires so far. And I'm also the incorporated for rich and famous people. Isn't that fun? So you got to learn to be a certified CFO. And we have to understand how to reprogram your brain into millionaire status. I want you to start looking behind the curtain every time. I want you to question everyone, including me. All right, so understand, I want you to question things and don't just hear the word no or yes, whatever needs to you. We get to play. All right. I was a little kid being used and abused at Mrs. Hope's house. They had a poker game on a Wednesday night. Every Wednesday they had all these rich and famous people. Now what they said is, listen carefully, a corporation's a legal person. Now I wrote it down because I was curious. I was 7.5 years old. I went down to the Torrance Police Department, rode my bicycle. Next door is a library. Man, what does this mean? She was rude. She walked away 5 minutes later. Here's a microphone, here's a book. That's how she was. She was mean. I created the blueprint for success when I was 12.5 years old. Even trade name trademarked it. So understand something. Every time somebody uses, I get to sue them Just like when Chase Bank did it, I get to tear them apart too. So my blueprint, I named it, see it, believe it, go get it. Why don't you write that down for you? See, when you see what you want, you believe it, you go get it. That's how it works. Simple. I like things simple. Now, do you want to reach millionaire status? It's just a very basic question. If the answer is yes, please understand you want to reach it. Let's write it down. I want to reach a millionaire status. Now, everybody should. If I did it at 14 and a half, why hell didn't you? Understand, I didn't go to high school. I was in college at 14 and a half. But again, if the answer is no, we're going to go through some presentations today, some analyzation. So I'd say watch this whole thing for the next hour, okay? If the answer is no, we're going to be analyzing in about 45 minutes, so just go away and come back. See, I got a chance to take 1,001 people and teach them rules and tools, and I'm going to take the opportunity to do that for every one of you. Is that okay? Rags to riches. These are just goodies I obtained, okay? Just a couple goodies. Just kind of fun stuff. All right. Now, there's one of the mansions, how I brought in millions and billions. The guest houses for 5,000 square feet, 3 stories. By their 12-car garage, kind of fun. I need you to take a picture here. See, some of you have jacked up your credit so bad, it's so screwed up, you're stuck. What do I do? File bankruptcy? Hell no. See, the problem with bankruptcy is you don't learn to seal your record. So that means if you don't seal your record when you file bankruptcy, it comes up on your credit files. The courts don't do that, right? Statewide does that for the credit bureaus. The next thing is, all right, if you want to get debt consolidation, it's like it doesn't really work. See, years ago, there was a company called Consumer Credit Counseling. It was on all the credit bureaus. That was my company, by the way. Now, if you take a picture of this, what this happens is, this is about $50,000 of supply credit through a corporation that turns into cash. So we could take supply credit to a corporation. You don't have to guarantee and turn it into cash. So you can go back and balance your debt over here. Would that be okay if you did it that way? I want to give you solutions because you think you're backed in the corner. You're not. If you have an open collection account, there's 5 ways to kill the debt. 5 ways, okay? You got to kill the debt. You got to man up, woman up. If you have an IRS problem, or maybe you didn't pay taxes or file them at all, you go to irs.gov, you get a hold of the 656 433 A and B form. You can solve your problem. My whole theory is always to rebuild you, kind of like Humpty Dumpty. So let's make sure we understand. All cards what? Fluctuate, but 2. So if we have these jacked up, screwed up, we should have jacked these up. They don't fluctuate at all, as long as you maintain a payment. So that means I can jack up these up $1 million friggin' dollars, and I can maintain a damn payment. And I can make this card pay this card. See, the problem is you didn't finance your life and write it all off. Credit to a corporation is a damn write-off, even if you screw it up. So that's how you maintain 750 score. So let's go back in time to understand TRW, Thomas Raymond Woolridge. They made bicycle parts in El Segundo, California. And in 96, they became Aspirian. So let's understand. I drew the first diagram of this when I was training Yarborough, and I called it good, fair, or hell no. It was good, fair, or hell no. Again, I need you to sink this in your head. If I work my tail off for you, I want you to understand that I get you the 750. I don't want you to screw it up again, okay? See, the problem is you already screwed up 50 times. See, your average here is basically at 45 to 70 years old. You screwed up 50 times already. So let's go understand. Let's write it down. Here's some again, task. And what you have to do, you write down Aspirian.com and Credit Karma. What you need to do is go to the credit bureaus today. And I want you to remove all your addresses, but the one you're currently at. I want you to remove all employment records. Just say you're employed. I want you to remove all phone numbers, period. See, phone numbers is how they connect the creditors. That's how they chase you. So I want you to do that on credit bureaus, Aspirian.com, TransUnion, Equifax, and even Credit Karma. So let's look at you today. I want you to see if you want to change your life or not. I don't think you're 100% happy. I think you're stressed out sometimes about debts. I don't think you're where you want to be. But again, I'm sorry to say, but it's your fault. You're responsible for you. You got to stop following what I call stupid. But again, that's just my opinion. So let's look what the average thing you do. Most of you, you waste $50 every other day on a bunch of garbage, okay? You know you do. I watch people in the office do it all the time. That is $700 a month. Listen carefully. These are Wells Fargo, 150,000 lines of credit with a checkbook and a debit card. So here's 300,000. Let's understand. When you spend 50,000 on a corporate credit card, you get to write off the interest rate and the credit card. It's a write-off. That offsets taxes. So 50,000 is basically 626. That's it. So on your $700 a month, all right, you can basically invest $50,000 and get to the American dream if you choose to. If I put $75,000 down at a damn Wendy's restaurant, I can get it through escrow. 75,000. Let's just charge it, write it all off. But that's up to you. This is corporate credit. So we're going to plan the problem from now on. Plan it. We know it's going to happen. We know someone's going to try to take it away and try to rip us off too. Your friends, family, I bet you some of them did that as well. Now, the next thing is you write down irs.gov again. I need you to go there, and I need you to get a couple forms. I need you to be prepared and educate what you needed to do all along. So what are we going to do? Now, irs.gov, you're going to write down 4506T, 4506C. What you're going to do is Google those later today. One of the creditors is going to send you that form, and I need you to be prepared to fill it out. It's just to prove you're a real person, not using a CPN or making up some BS number. So we're going to focus on Chapter 18 here. Chapter 18 is very simple. This is where a person is a legal person. So let's understand what this means. Supreme Court, all right, deemed that a corporation is a legal person. Let me circle that for you. Okay, so it's a legal what? Person. So the reality is, understand, they did this to receive money. Corporations receive money, don't pay tax, so they're profitable. You get to write off everything. We the people, ow, that hurts. So again, a corporation is a legal what? Person. Now I learned that at 7.5 years old, being, just listening, pay attention to your poker again. Now, I want you to focus where it says may sue or be sued. See, 80% of you have a corporation of some type. I got an LLC, I don't have a corporation. You know how many times we hear that every day at the call centers? That person spent thousands and they're just acting stupid. An LLC is a corporation, but that's just because they don't understand how to play. They didn't learn diddly squat when they paid that $5,000. So let's understand what happens, okay? We're going to understand my first corporation. My first two corporations were Helping Hand Industries and Teach Our Children, okay? That actually became the DARE program, if you don't know that. So as we play this game, what did I do? I sent away $10. You have $10? So right now, a nonprofit in California is $30. Okay, a profit is $100. So the reality is filing fee. See, when you spend thousands for a corporation with attorney, CPA, and a corporate service, you didn't learn diddly squat. Now, what freaked us out is we got 100,000 came in the mail of credit cards. See, back in the 70s and 80s, they would send credit cards to people, which is a corp or you, without applying for credit, because you weren't supposed to use your SSN anyway. So understand. Now, you can check it out. I even got named in the movie Dave, okay? Now, when I was 12 and a half, I got in trouble, all right? So the reality is we got named in a lawsuit because I used the word Braille, belonged to Braille Institution. I'm putting these boxes together, get donations, and I got in trouble. All right, 12 and a half years old, pulled in court. Kind of sucks. So the goal was to never bring the pain home. So I kind of learned as I went in a couple things. If you have a corporation or if you get one, do not ever think it's going to protect you, because that's not its purpose. So let's understand. And a lot of silly people say, it'll protect you. No, it will not. See, you got a problem. Everybody who has a corporation pierces their veil. They actually, they'll get a corporate veil. No, you pierced it. The moment you guaranteed a car, lease or finance, a lease in a building, or a credit card. The moment you guarantee something as a person, all right, that corporation didn't protect you. In the 80s, and this is 85, 86, I created something called division process. A division protects you. Your name's not on it. And it's allowed, listen carefully, the IRS will issue a division of you, which is the division of me, or SS4. And they'll issue it to you legally, and basically that's all you have to do. But again, you can't have the intent to do fraud. So here's our problem. Let's say that you are listening 100%, and you want a line of credit at Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase, US Bank, and you want this. Right now you can't get it because you're not 2 years old yet. See, we have to be 18 to 20 plus to get credit usually, but a corporation has to be 2 years. So here's our problem right now. We have 18 days left of this year. In 18 days, you need to do a corporation and about 18 divisions. And you should division of you as well. Let's think, if you had a division of you and had 3 of these, and you screwed up the one you have right now, you had 2 more chances to try. You didn't do that. So what did you do? You brought the pain home. You have 18 days to get a corp and divisions right away, filed and set up. It'll be up to you. So the lack of knowledge is what makes people do stupid things. I don't think people are stupid. What I think is people are freaking lazy. Half the world is freaking lazy no matter what. They want everybody to hand it to them. Maybe you don't want it bad enough. Me, I want to get off the damn pier because I eat out of a trash can. I didn't like being used and abused as a kid. I thought it sucked. So I got plan A, never plan B. Plan B is for basically losers. Plan A, see, I'm not going to settle. I'm going to make sure it works. So I always said to myself as a kid, I'm one of the few, not one of the many. All right, so let's write down you have to be 2 CFOs. That's right. One for personal, one for business. You have to understand CFO. My goal would be to get you set up correctly and get you $100,000 a month to the corporation, which isn't a lot. It's only $1.2 million just to get you started. And then we get you up to $5 million next, if you allow me to. So I have classes online all the time. I've been standing in front of people or online for 49 years now. So if you want to play, you get a hold of me. You see, I'm not going to steer you the wrong way because guess what? I don't have to work. I do this because I believe this is what God wants me to do. Okay, so the reality is I have everything I want. All right, and then some. So I like goodies. You like some goodies? You might want to play with me all day tomorrow too. So the goal is very simple. Getting to know raisecredit.com and Ray Reynolds, the Godfather of Credit. That's me. So I'd like to repackage it like Humpty Dumpty. That would be the goal because I think you're doing it wrong. I think you need to do it my way. Hey, you had your chance. I think you blew it 50 times. Let's do it my way for a while. See what happens. I will make you a millionaire corporation or a billionaire. Now, I'd like to take the time and blueprint every one of you. That's a blueprint. That means you and I on the phone with your partner of life. Would that be okay? I want to understand. I can't help you 100% to millionaire unless I blueprint you, period. That means past, present, and future. Any problem, American Express or Chase. Any tax problem, any bankruptcy problem. So I know what I'm up against. Next I have to do is a family. Do you have family to protect? Then we're going to look at corporate divisions. And then we're going to plan to die to basically have an irrevocable trust. We're going to plan to live. We're going to plan to die. Then we're going to look at your car. Should be a division or corporation. We're going to look at your house. That should be through the trust only. An auto income. And then we're going to look at basically cash flow for you per time, which I put in my book 48 years ago, almost 49 years ago, page 6, paragraph 3. So this should be a partner of life with you, or hopefully spouse, but it's up to what you had in your situation, whatever you chose. Coaching, that's just part of the cars collection. That's just the twins. So coaching is where you're stuck with me, and what do we get to do? All right, see your case file, as these are ready for Monday, are on my desk. This is a person that already got him $1 million of credit. This is an analyzation form. So what you'll do today, if you're being analyzed, we're going to go through those with you. If not, you can find out when you're being analyzed if you're a client. So coaching is kind of fun for me because that's where I can steer in the right direction. Every time you go to do something, you need answers to your questions, okay? Every time. And believe it or not, I can answer all the questions. I got lucky as a kid. You realize I taught myself to read at 2.5 years old. I wrote with both hands and talk at the same time. They said I was retarded. Reality is a T-week or junior high. They realize I have an IQ of 203 with total recall in most things. So I just thought the grown-ups are stupid. When I grew up, I realized they were kind of stupid. So my coaching programs are going to be with my junior and senior coaches in the future. Come January, you're going to get them because I have a TV show coming up. I won't have time to do coaching with people unless they're already in coaching right now. Boring and steady. Let's write it down. Boring and steady. That should be the goal. Take a picture of this page. This is what I've done all my life to get into millions and billions through corporate structure. So understand these are the things how to make, and they run by themselves, and there's a management company behind them. So again, today, as an exercise, why don't you have somebody drive you around in your city? That's right, drive you around. You're in the passenger side. Then look out on the busy street at everything you see. Every couple miles you see these. My question to you is why don't you own them through a corporation and divisions? Why don't you? Somebody does. Why shouldn't it be you? I can get you a Wendy's restaurant for $75,000 down, and hell, we can take it off of a damn credit card and finance the damn business. See, I don't understand. I don't understand why people do stupid things, to be honest with you. But again, that's up to you. From there, what did I say? These are the ones I have right now. All right, it's lined up for certain people in coaching that have the money. And this is using my 6 o'clock class on Saturday morning. And this is the 4:30 afternoon. I have 8 classes on Saturday. 6 o'clock, they have 3 million plus already. All right, 4:30, they have about 7+ million. Okay, and we keep getting more and more and more. That's the goal. So again, that's for them. If you want to be part of the next group, depends if you would get into coaching. Now let's understand. I incorporate anybody and everybody and turn them into millionaires. Here's Glenn. Glenn lived in his Pinto car for 3 years. His wife left him and broke his heart, lost a job. There's better women out there than that. So that's what I told him. I rebuilt him to $1 million company. All right, literally got him a brand new house and a brand new truck. From there, I take people from prison. Ricky Dicky Ross, Freeway Ricky Dicky Ross, $3 million of credit. Simple. What did I do for Thomas? He was in prison for 26 years. 6 months later, brand new dump truck business doing $5 million a year. Michael, God rest his soul, Arnold, Presidents, Ari Costner, Giovanni for Pixar, college professor, Biola University, dedicates a book to me. From there, Superman for Gold's Gym, Kirk Canvain, God rest his soul, and her, I got her $1 million too for her videos that she's got out there on YouTube as well. So I incorporate Lakers, Clippers, and Dodgers and Angels too. So understand, if you allow me to help you, I can get you where you want to go, but that's up to you to follow through. Very crucial. So I believe what you did is you sit at the kitchen table with your friends and family, and you say, we're going to start a business, honey. Goody. First thing you did is you jacked your cards up, dropped your score, got stuck, couldn't get any more, brought the pain home to you and your family. I call that silly and dumb. You jacked up the wrong damn card. There was a better solution, but that's up to you. The goal is to never bring the pain home. So I want to make sure you understand that. So I'd like you to think about $100,000. If you allow me to get you $100,000 of personal credit, that'll be 8 to 10 cards, 10,000 each, 29% rule. What do you get? 71,000 of safety in case you have no, sorry to say, shit day. Corporate credit, 100,000 plus. So the goal is you should get about both of those. So after today, our goal is this. I'm going to rebuild you. I'm going to go after the 10 cards that I think are the best on the planet Earth. I think the rest kind of suck. As I rebuild you, I want to get you the Green Spark business card for the corporation for 100,000. Then they have 2 sisters for 30,000 each. That 160, I'd like you to let me do it for you under the divisions. I'd like to daisy chain your credit for you with you, or I'll teach you how to do it too. It's up to you. Now, the next card we're going to play with is B of A. They have 3 of them. We're going to play with them. Wells Fargo has 4. And then we have basically Chase has 5. And the American Express Gold card. So this could be, if you work your tail off and let me do my job, I'll get to $5 million of credit. Then we go over to the bank. By that time, the bank has an account. You're using it called movable money, and you're running the business account. And what happens is we look at the banks, they allow what? As long as you have a 2-year corporation or division or both, a line of credit up to 150,000. So that 150 could be actually times by each division. These are my 5 favorites. If you did it by division in the parent company, you could obtain about $5.4 million of cash credit. Again, that's your goal. Divisions allow us to use projections up to $1 million. All right, the millionaire maker. See, the $1 million maker can be you if you let me help and teach you the rules and tools how to play it. So corporations and divisions too. So let's understand. If I take $1,000 to 75,000, All right, and I build it and I take it off the credit. Listen carefully. I'm going to take it off the credit. Okay, this is about $3 million of credit here. Okay, but again, all right, there's $5 million in this one. Okay, so this one here, all right, we set it up, it has to be a separate book. This is done in Bradstreet. Next one is the personal one that always has $100,000 of personal credit. So you're going to color code your books for personal, done in Bradstreet, and the cash credit. Now, here would be the goal. As we leverage money, I would like you to take the credit I build you to buy your lifetime income. That's what I'd like you to do. Take that to build the lifetime income. So again, to build the lifetime income, so that we should be purchasing, all right, basically real estate, storage units, laundromats, dry cleaning, franchise. That way you have the ability to get an income. See, I never wanted to run a business. I just want to be the banker. I just want to own the damn thing. Here's a client that's been around for about 9 months now. In 9 months, they've done all the things that I normally do. They just, I'm going to copy myself into them, kind of clone them. And what happens is right now we have 96,000 a month. This month they'll probably hit 112. Is that good? Again, this is the things that could be your turn next. Now, here's 100,000 of credit. We all know it's basically, Black Friday, all these discounts. Normally we charge 10%. 10% for 100,000, it's about 10 grand. Today, if you want it, or it's good today for $49.99, half price. And what you get to do is basically during this webinar, it's a Black Friday special, and you'll be able to call the office right away. 50,000, normally 5,000, discounted to $29.99. All right, and 25,000, all right, $24.99, discounted to $14.99. Now this could be for personal and business. Mark here did 2 of them this morning. He wanted one for personal, one for business, so he doubled it. Okay, it's Black Friday. He wanted a bigger discount. Okay, there you go. So our goal is very simple. So do yourself a favor, take a picture of this. We always have bank transfer, deposit wire. Zelle's my favorite because it's done and it's clean. Now remember, your banks bought Zelle on July 6, 2022. And that's what they did. They bought Zelle, so they don't need as many locations anyway. Here's the phone number to the call center right now that they're open. 800-254-9506. All right, if you use a card, they charge you 5% because the bank charges that to us, okay? That's how it works. So you could say, I'm on the webinar right now with that special. $49.99 for 5,000 or $29.99, all right, for basically 50,000 or $14.99 for basically what, 25,000. Again, now let's understand, these are things I obtained one of the 5 main mansions, having properties in all 5 islands at the same time. So what happens if you let me add you to my system, I get to use my credit histories on dashboards. It's about $62 million of credit history. So we get to play, and that's how I got into corporate billionaire in the first place. So next year, I'm running nationwide on radio, always been that for years. And then I have a TV show coming up. So here's the Ray Reynolds University. The Ray Reynolds University was my goal and my dream. 2009, we had it great, doing $1 million a day, having fun and helping people like you. And that was great. Unfortunately, in 2009, I found myself in a coma. And my life kind of a little screwed up. So now, here's the Bonaventure, what I sold. It's called the Millionaire's Founders Kit. There's 12 books and CDs. It's a do-it-yourself how to get to millionaire. Very simple. If you want a copy, it used to be $5,000 a set. Okay, the office will sell it to you for $9.99. If you did it during a webinar with me, it's half price. See, I don't have to pay a commission to myself or get a salary or bonus, and I haven't had a paycheck for 30 some odd years. It's $4.99. If you want the real estate system that got billions in real estate, or the financial series, Buckets of Money Become the Bank, it's there too. I sold those for $10,000 a set. Nowadays, the office sells it for $19.99. I give it away for $9.99. Again, it's half price with me. Everyone at the office, I got to pay them a base and a commission. And there's a Zelle. Very simple to do. Now, these are goodies. And here's the problem I had, all right, when I was a kid. They kept saying loan to value problem. It's getting used against me. The divisions got rid of the loan to value problem. All right, and I like collecting goodies. That's how I could actually tell myself I was doing good. See, I didn't get a real mommy and a daddy to be there to support me. People around were never around for me. So again, they always knew I didn't feel comfortable with any of them. 750 credit score, 90 days. You can do that if you do what I ask you to do. It's not hard to follow through, but it'll be up to you if you allow me to do my job. Every Friday and every Saturday for over 49 years, I go through analyzations for people live, in person, or online. So the goal is I'm going to tell you what I need you to do. I'm going to guarantee what I say 100% in writing. It's right there. It's always in big red ink. Because the reality is you can't screw up the program. If you do, I'm going to close your case. You must be part of the program, period. You got to go to some classes once in a while. So if you violate the rules, there's only two. Two rules, simple, is applying for credit, crashing your rapid rescore, which I paid for. I pay for every client to have one of those, or they basically jack up on their cards and screw up what we're trying to do. If you screw up, is it only fair that I close your case, or you have to pay the next rapid rescore? That's what you have to do. So in other words, please don't screw up. So let's write down today's date, write it down, and let's focus on the next 90 days. I always ask someone to give me 90 days in the beginning because I can show you exactly what I can do for you and what needs to be done. Next, I hope my story helps you. You realize some people get stuck because they feel sorry for themselves or they go through a lot of crap. All right, I've been through a lot of crap too. But again, hopefully what I went through and the pain, because I think I'm one of God's examples for you. So there I am in that coma. Okay, this is 2009, July 5th. Okay, I get to hear my tax attorney trick my wife to sign a POA, steal my life, 3.7 big in a corporate structure. And then I heard the nurse ask my wife if I was a donor. See, we took out one of my yachts in the backyard on July 4th with a group of people. Someone had a virus and they got to get me and I get to die and come back anyway. So I got a choice basically to come back, and the choice is stay in peace or go back. I said go back. Well, the moment I said that, the machine went beep and beep again. And the nurse dropped her clipboard, said, he's alive. Wish I could have just jumped and went boo, but I couldn't. So let's understand. I had to move 24 times with a lot of shitty people till by the time I'm 11.5 years old. I've actually been shot and knifed. Okay, so there's no excuses. If I can get through it, so can you. My first coma, 5.5 years old, hit my face, using it as the brake down Delane Street. Next one from here, they're working on me. I got to die and come back and help you anyway. So I had what I call an oh shit day. Sorry, but I think we all say that. The reality is I'm just saying it out loud. One of my clients said, stay away from boats and fireworks. Okay. So understand, I like God's gift, the mansions and the harbor I obtained. Now, my biggest problem having 3 yachts, 2 race boats, a Duffy, and Sea-Doos, they're all over the friggin' place. So I had to buy the largest U-Dock in Huntington Harbor. And then I could put Reynolds University and all the goodies. I can write it all off. Now, the Duffy was to take the wife on Fridays and Saturdays to Captain Jack's on the restaurant. All right, so understand, the $100 million building, $1 million Lamborghinis, why not? So I like Lamborghinis. Now, I need you to do something right now. Are you ready? I want you to write down driver's license, registration, and insurance. I believe you're highly intelligent because you're here. God put you here and we're here together. And I thank you for being here in the first place. So let's understand. When you get pulled over by a police officer or in a bumpity bump, you're giving out your home address. Stop it. Under the Privacy Act, you're allowed to use P.O. Box or mailing address. Quit telling strangers where you live. Got it so far? And get some goodies like me. Me, I just break records. I just do my best. And I let God do the rest. Amen to that too. Hit my head that night. That light was 13 feet. Kicked the light, by the way. Got a big gouge and blood all over the place. And these 2 people on the side had to stick around, kind of get out of the way. Now, when the Guinness Book of Records guy came out, all he could say when he opened the doors, where's the wires? He was a jerk. So I kicked out the lights just to piss him off. Okay, so we can accomplish our goals once we put our mind wrapped around it, okay? So again, it's like this. After coma, I researched my grandfather, all right, the ones that didn't really care and give a crap about me anyway. All right, he was Richard Bishop, won the Olympics in 1932 in Los Angeles. Oh, goody. Maybe that's why I can jump so high. Coach Bishop rose so high. They made a movie after him, too. Doesn't he look like Al Capone anyway? All right. See, you hear the word no, which doesn't mean no. You knew when they said no, you weren't comfortable. No means they're stupid and they don't know what they're doing, okay? So let's plan the problem. Let's get a hold of Intuit, which is Credit Karma. It's free, but they have no damn phone number to help you. My new dashboards are going to be 24-hour call center, and I want to make sure they're going to be in last place when I'm done. From there, Lifeline. Please be careful. They run a lot of radio and TV. Understand they've been indicted 6 times. Their last indictment is $100 million. So be careful, please. We have to look at credit repair. Let me get out my BS magic wand. BS. See, credit repair is actually a fraud. Okay, yes, they can remove it and come back on. That's fine. Okay, they all get in trouble no matter what. So if we can rebuild you and be part of it, it'd be make more sense. So let's see how credit repair is a fraud. Federal Trade Commission says they can't collect money up front, but they do all the time. From the Credit Repair Organization Act. Okay. Now write down, I want you to write down the word section 611. See, these are things you can do yourself. The reality is it's like the CFPB, Consumer Financial, Protection Bureau. They indicted the credit repair cloud. Daniel here's going to go to prison and get fined $3 million. You tell everybody, get in the credit repair business. This other guy with his chubby face on TikTok, they're going to get him next. So let's understand today. Okay, we're going to have to man up and woman up. We have a collection item that's still open, have to negotiate. Next, what we have to think about is planning the problem. Let's write down safety credit. Let's write down line of defense. Let's get prepared for the next time the world wants to kick our assets. When I designed this, and I'm talking in 87 with Ken Yarborough, I wrote down 29 and 25%. This is the truth. All dashboards finally have it right. 30 is yellow, 50 is red. So this is how it works to make your score go up and down. So what do we look at? If we do this correctly, and we don't want to bring the pain home, all we have to understand is be the CFO, all cards fluctuate. That means they go up and down based on utilization, all right? You jack it up past 20%, drop your score, get stuck, can't get any more. If we have the right cards in place, okay, the ultimate goal is on you. These cards don't fluctuate, the gold and platinum cards. And they're unlimited up to $1 million, as long as you maintain a payment. I don't care if I take this card to pay that card. As long as I get to that shitty 6 months of my life that I go get my life knocked down. We all have shitty days, by the way. So this can get you 750 score. We're going to call it Ray's Rules. And that's what I've called it since I developed it. From there, 750 score. Let me analyze your credit. That's right. Let me take the time, and I've done this for 50 million people. Your case file, if you're coaching, you'll be on my desk. So what happens is the case file, here's an analyzation sheet. It's an investigation sheet. So we're going to tell you exactly where you're at, what you need, past, present, and future, and how to build to the dream you want to build to. And if you just want $1 million, we'll get there. If you want 100,000, we can get there too. Again, rapid rescore. Let's write it down. Rapid rescore from the mortgage companies. All right, Harold Stokes, Ken Yarborough, me, I created that 40 plus years ago. Rapid refresh is kind of different. It's kind of like blocking the crap. These people started at 510. They're currently at a 757. That's kind of fun too. So let's look at what happens. Here's a nice lady. She's got a 651, no green lights. You listen to the word green lights, it means possibilities based on great or excellent or outstanding to get it. From there, I did a rapid rescore for her, and I created a bunch of green lights and to build her $1 million of credit. So here's a nice couple. They were basically tricked by a bankruptcy attorney. What did they do? Very simple. Okay. Darius, all right, type your question. I know you see your hand. Type it out if you have a question, please. From there, this is a nice couple, but they went to a bankruptcy attorney to ask a question. And what they did is they got tricked to file a bankruptcy. Now, you have 3 people on TikTok that say you need a secure card, and they're showing Capital One. Now, Capital One's great, but the reality is you don't need secured. My dashboards usually can get you a card without it basically what? All right, secured. If it cannot, or you do it on your own, write down Open Sky, please. Open Sky does not get you an inquiry. So these people are trying to get you an inquiry to bring your score down versus up. So the open sky, we had to. As I just showed you, they filed bankruptcy. And what did I do? Here's $500 to build them up again. Simple. From here, here's a collection accounts, 11 of them. They're late on their car payment. Here's $3,000 to build them up. See, we got to realize a rapid rescore tends to block the bad stuff, push the scores up, and gets green lights. So what happens in 3 days for this couple, I told them exactly what to do. They did it. They follow through, and it shot up 96 points. Not too bad. A rapid rescore, and I pay for the first one for every client I always have out of my pocket. So if you screw it up, jack it up, or crash it, you're buying the next one. If you don't, I got to close your case. All right, out of 50 million people, I got about 12 people who don't like me. Well, they screwed up. What am I supposed to do? I offered again and again, but these people are lying sacks of doo-doos. If you needed a rapid today, all right, because it's Black Friday, all right, it would basically give you a price of $2.99 if it was done in the next 10 minutes. But if it's not done, it goes back to the normal price. It's a Zelle only, simple to do. You need to call the office, 800-254-9506. Use a card, it is a 5% fee. Now, let's say you're not a client and you want me to help rebuild you. First focus is, let's start a rapid score, okay? Let's put you in a class Friday or Saturday. Let's have us focus, you and I, at a 750 score. All right, I normally charge $9.99 to do it, $1,000 class and wrap in all the pieces. I'm going to give you a credit card back for $1,000. What you spend, you get back on a card if you pay in full. Payments usually don't get a bonus card. So during the program, like now, it's discounted to $4.99. There's your Black Friday price. And you get a $500 card to reimburse you. And you learn raise rules and tools to maintain 750 score. Now, here's what happened. Because no one paid attention, the credit system was never to use your SSN in the first place. So the dashboards that we developed in '87 were based on tax ID. So what happens is, if you allow me, I can take a division of you with the tax ID that the IRS will give us and obtain it, and I can build you a credit file to get you up to $1 million of cash credit. Kind of gives you a second chance. But again, it's up to you. That division of me has the ability to get a credit card, house, or franchise. Okay, the goal is not to bring the pain home. If you had 3 of these, one got screwed up, would you not have 2 left over? Again, you brought the pain home because you didn't know any better. Here's your original dashboard, created in 1987, by the way. It says, I am requesting on the behalf of Corp Division Subsidiary. Okay, what is the SIC code? All right, what's the password to get into the credit files? And I have the option of providing an SSN or SS4. SS4, using that tax ID from the corporation, which the IRS will give us, personal, business, corporation, subsidiary, and more. So the ability to build a cash credit report under tax ID. Again, that's basically instant credit file. So maybe you don't understand. That way it can replace you. Now, if you have a corporation, I'll build the one you have if you want me to, or I'll hand you a new one for free. You will pay your little filing fee, probably $30 to $100. I'm going to rebuild you personally to be a CFO, and then I'm going to put you in my level 1 in setup class. We're going to go through everything and cross the T's, dot the I's. I'm going to charge you $999, but I'm going to give you $5,000 back, 5 times your investment. Anybody who usually does the corporate packages made in the making, I tend to give up to 5 times their investment. It's better than being in Vegas. $24.99, you get $25,000 of credit. So the goal is pretty simple. If you allow me to add history, analyze, and start popping credit, that would be the ultimate goal for all of you. If you want something like that today, it's a Zelle. There's your Zelle. Or you call the office right away and say, I just watched Mr. Reynolds' this what? Webinar. All right, simple. Now, I need you to do some more work. See, you thought you're going to get this little magic wand and do it all for you. I need you to write down a phone number. I need you to be part of the program, 888-567-8688. See, you have a problem. You added yourself to the national mailing list and the robocall list. You did it to you. You did it to yourself, and that's what happens. Unfortunately, this is what happens. You see, the voting list, they sell 412 times a year. Cable bill, corporation. So if you want off the national mailing list, you call the phone number, you opt out 5 years or a lifetime. It's kind of up to you. I'd say do it right away, but it's up to you too. Phone number's in front of you, like I said earlier. All right, here's the form that most of you filled out at 14 to 16. This is the SS5 form in the corner. I don't think you paid attention to it. See, the SS5 equals SSN in 1040. As it was created for the 1040 tax return, that's what it was created for. We're going to look at an SS4 now. Both IRS, by the way. SS4, legal name of entity or individual person. It's right in front of you. The form that the IRS created for banking and credit purposes, the only one I could ever find on planet Earth. Again, banks and grocery stores and cities, bankrupt locations. See, if you were a location of yourself, you could have got rid of the bad ones and keep the good ones. Again, you can learn to play with no intent to defraud. That's how you become a certified CFO. The actual form says banking and credit purposes on it as well. You could actually make sure you have one for every entity and never bring the pain home. Again, that's what banks and grocery stores do. My problem I had in the 80s is I had $53 million of credit cards. I was collecting these since I was a kid. And what they're doing is they're shrinking my limits. I've got the division process, I invented that. And I realized that I created something that allowed me to separate liability. On top of that, my name's not on it, and I could actually turn it into money. The original Cash Flow Free Up Your Time in my book was all about this. So let's understand. I took 4.6 million in basically 18 months, 41 divisions, and in 1998, I created 190,000 a month. Those are divisions and subdivisions loaning out money. That's why I called it Cash Flow Free Up Your Time, because that way you can create your own income. But it was your design too. The assets behind were $1.1 billion, and that's just half the fun. But again, you can learn to play that way too. All right, you have a corp, great. Let me build it for you. Don't have a corp, let me build you and hand you one for free. You pay your filing fee. You stop bringing the pain home, you put your ducks in a row, and I repackage you because I think your way sucks. I said that out loud. I want to do it my way because it actually works. Simple. So here's chapter 18 one more time. Corporation is a legal person that may sue or be sued. So remember what I said earlier, the banks, grocers, and the cities. You should have 3 divisions of you as a backup all the things you do, but it's up to you too. No one can force you. It's like when I look at this gentleman here, lost my job, I got 2 kids to feed. This man needs to man up. That means you go drive the Uber, Lyft, have a damn garage sale, go to the church for the food. This is ridiculous. I don't believe him. Okay, I came out of a coma. I was worth 3.7 billion in corporate structure. Kind of sucks. They stole my life. But what do? Go boo-hoo-hoo. I got my 3 divisions of me and my 5 closet divisions. I built $1 million of credit in 6 weeks. 6 weeks. I bought my wife her next dream house. So there's no excuses, by the way. You have the ability to repackage your life. This is only $500 million of goodies anyway. We could play and help the world starting today. So you see 2 cars, 2 buildings. I see 1,013 divisions. You buy a car, I don't like the way you do it. You let them sweat you for 5 hours. All right. See, what you should have did is when they sweat you, don't do it that way anyway. Well, when you give them permission to run your credit, on that piece of paper, you should have wrote down next to your signature, this allows one inquiry, you took a picture of it. You didn't set the tone. You let them manipulate you and make more money off you. So here's a car, company car, fleet price tax ID division. So that's one of our company cars. So you see house and car. Like I said, I want to repackage your whole life. Your house, you never buy it joint. That makes no sense. Car should never be bought through you anyway. Should be a division of a corporation. Just remember, if you lose house or car, the creditor reports it to the IRS as a 1099-C. And now you have double shitty credit. So you got to understand how to play. Be prepared. That car, that lease of a building, those properties S is for to receive money, and daisy chain credit. All right, those are division process. I'm going to focus always on corporate credit. Why? It's a damn write-off. It's free money. It's free. All right, you get to write it off and run a business and finance it, and it doesn't hurt your family. And divisions give you the line of defense, and you build a true legacy. That would be the goal. So division process. Let's understand. If you give me a name of a division, we're going to prepare the paperwork for you. You're going to sign it, and I can get it filed. Okay, no problem. When I get the division, I'm adding history. If I add 2,000 of history, it starts the Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax cash reports. After we daisy chain credit, then you will separate billing and get a tax ID, and I'll do the tax ID for you too. And there's no excuses. So what happens today, I want you to take a picture of this. All right, this is Black Friday, the ability to save a little bit of money. Each division is $4.99. You get 3 for $14.99 with 10,000 in credit. No credit, $9.99. 9 for $20.99. All right, with 25,000 in credit. No credit, $19.99. 12, $39.99. No problem. 75,000 in credit. No credit, $29. This is the day. All right, it's basically you got to do it now. It's Black Friday. It'll be over at 3 o'clock today. Up to you as you do these things. If it was done right away, that means in the next 10 minutes only, all right, I will double the numbers of the divisions. Instead of 3, you will get 6. Instead of 9, you get 18. Instead of 12, you get 24. If it's done in the next 10 minutes. If not, then you just pay the normal price. It's going to work no matter what. The difference is extra discount. Phone number is right there. I'd be calling now. Up to you. Now, during the classes on Saturdays, I have at 9 o'clock specialty classes, and they're in rotation. In other words, now I have 10 of them, from anywhere from real estate to stock kit. Tomorrow's stock kit at 9 a.m. in the morning. How to maintain that stock kit or membership kit. So now I need some questions answered. Every morning at 7:30 in the morning with my management team, we have a meeting called Setting the Tone. I call it Setting the Tone for the Day. So I'm going to want you to call on Monday, 10 o'clock and above, and ask for your specialist. Your assignment is to look at all your cards, Capital Ones. Your Capital One, is it a Platinum, Quicksilver 1, Venture, or Venture 1? I need to know what type of card it is. That's crucial. So you're going to be calling on Monday, being prepared. If you screwed up American Express or Chase ever, when you call, let us know as well. We're making sure we understand your case file 110%. If you have a line of credit, you don't use it like they did on Chase, too much available, they tend to close the account. So I'm an affiliate, an authorized user. I'm going to show you how this works. 219 creditors. Now, a trade line, I'm going to say it's crap. You apply because you bought one for a couple thousand, shows up on your credit file, $25,000 of credit and zero balance. Everybody knows it's a trade line. Plus, when you apply for credit, you swear under penalty of perjury, it's yours. See, an authorized user, you have a connection, and that's what it says, like a family member or a friend. So again, we don't believe in trade lines. Authorized user, they're just in the way. So again, it's going to be up to you. Rapid rescore helps block stuff, pushes scores up and away. Rapids are $4.99. Okay, very simple. It's a Zell. There's the number to call right away. All right. Now I'm going to tell you some things you might not like. I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to get you to the 750 and get you up $2 million of credit if you allow me to, but it's up to you. So we're going to look at this. All right. Number one, if you're in a basically, let's say you're in a package for credit rebuilding, you paid $500. All right. We discounted, took away the rapid. We paid it and I did it anyway for you. If you Zelle $4.99 today, the difference, you can upgrade your package. You get one chance to do this, and that's the first time you're analyzed. It means very simple. We will prepare a brand new corporation for you. You pay your filing fee. We will do the tax ID when it's needed. We will turn around and do a corporation setup level and workshop with me. For 90 days, you're stuck with me more. I will build you $5,000 of cash credit. $5,000. okay, to the corporation and the divisions. Very simple, but it's up to you if you want to upgrade. From there, always remember a corporation's what? A legal person. These are the things we can actually use supply for cash and balance our debt if we want to. Hopefully you want to. Usually about $50,000. Again, SS4 always allows SSN, entity or individual person. It's right there. I'd like to do it for you and have divisions of you. From there, it says banking and credit purposes. So let's understand. The original files were set up and the dashboards for cash credit under tax ID in the first place. It's how you become a great CFO. Here is 5144. Now, this is a case file. So this case file, what we're going to do is look at it and see what they need to do. They're rebuilt. They get a bonus card. Priscilla's their specialist, and they pay basically probably $500. It's a giveaway. Okay, they're normally $1,000, and they will be come January again. Here we have some late payments. Late payments destroy your credit. They started at 507, and they're making it worse. Rapid was pushing them up, dropped them, went back up again. Okay, so let's understand we have rapid rate score in place. It ended on 7/30/23. This person needs to be back in a rapid. Here's a card. All right, it is 104%. That's dropping the score. Let's say these hypothetically can be all balanced to 29%. With a rapid rescore to push it to 700. Here we have every type of collection in the world. You screwed up Chase, we know that now. I don't see a screwed up American Express yet. Hopefully you don't have one. Those are some of the best cards on planet Earth. But again, it's up to you. Let's say this person wants to do nothing at all. Okay, we're going to rebuild it and go after the different qualities and all the bad things and say you might have to negotiate this or not or get rid of it. How to do it? You don't have to do anything. But if you balance your score over here, Rapid will push up a new one, create green lights, and then get you to 700. The worst client we had during the pandemic was a 240. They now have an 800 score. So again, I would call your specialist on Monday. Please tell us you're going to be, on time on this Sam's Club because it's killing your credit. You're dropping it, and that's not what we want. You're doing the opposite of what we want. Here's 5698. We have 1 point up. Okay, we are dropping, going up again, 1 point down. We have basically First Premier. First Premier is, I would say, in my opinion, the worst card on planet Earth. Why is it the worst card? Pretty simple. You got to pay $95 to use the damn card. So, but again, these are not high limits. This one is. This is Navy. So thank you for your service. As basically, that's good, unless you get an access code from somebody else. I was in a government program at 14.5, and that's the only reason I got my own Navy account. They called me unclassified. I didn't get nothing. Okay, so here, Navy. Navy, I could line you up, if you listen, to about a $30,000 loan, and credit cards about $25,000 or personal. But here you're late on these things, you're killing your own score. Those payments can't be that bad, but these are too close now. So they're closed. So we got to look at, okay, closed, got to remove what's open still. Again, here we have two collection accounts, one for $40. This is Kickoff. Remember Chime, Kickoff, Speedy Cash, WBrook.com, all right, Title Max. All these people came out of my boot camp in 2008. So Kickoff's got a $40 charge off. I would say negotiate or pay the damn thing. Get rid of it. No inquiries, keep it that way. Priscilla's your specialist. Okay, we're trying to push you up. Unfortunately, this is bringing it down. We're playing push me, pull me. So we'll need to know what the goal is. If you want to bring these down or open the gaps too. You can always ask for more credit. I've helped people get a Navy for $30,000 while they're a 550 score and took that $30,000 and balanced their debt and made them 750s and build it up and away. But it's up to you. So this is basically 5698. Here's 5699. We have no open accounts, no revolving. All right, you just signed up here, you're rebuilt. Don't see a bonus card. Here's a collection, $516. I'd like to probably add you to my dashboard, probably already have. See what credit we can get you now. But again, it doesn't say bonus card. I'll confirm that to see if there's a bonus card. Call Monday, ask for Priscilla and say, do I get a bonus card? If you paid it full, the answer should be yes. If you made payments, usually it's a no. But what can we do to build you up, and away? I can get you up, and away right away. Here's Open Sky. I'm going to say no. So let's see if I can pop you a card with no Open Sky and you put a balance on it of 29%. We can rebuild anybody that is $56.99. Any Premier Express or Chase ever, we need to know that. Pretty simple. Here's 5,700. 5,700, you have a million in the making. MIM is millionaire in the making. You want 100,000, you have 3 divisions. Brandon, it's your specialist. You haven't went up much, nothing at all. You're skiing downhill. In other words, something's screwing up your rapid rescore. Rapid is good. So you have green lights here. So if you let me do my job, we can build you some credit. But you got to quit jacking up cards. Now listen carefully to my words. If a credit card is jacked up 101%, the new credit card limit is lower. Okay, if we have the 29% rule, we can do all these things. So let's understand. Here you have all these cards like a Capital One. You can log on to Capital One right now, today, and click it where you're going to make a payment, and then it'll open another window. It says I want. Click I want. It says increase limits on the left-hand side. So literally, this 3,000 card here from a furniture store, you could take all this other stuff and balance this. You have Navy for 25,000. Is it card or is it line of credit? Okay, you need to know. But look at these things. You have enough. You got more than enough to balance your debt. Okay, so please do that. And I can start building you credit right away, but it's up to you. Chase is even a possible yes. So we got to push these scores up even more. So again, that is number 5,700, the ability to play in divisions to daisy chain the credit as well. Here's 5,701. 5,701, Brandon's your specialist. Here's 600 score, no inquiries. Please keep it that way. Here we have credit one. Log on, see offers, and they actually offers update your income, and they'll actually give you more line of credit. A line of credit here. These are, I'm sorry to say, all crap cards. They're all little. Okay, balance this. I'll get you a big boy card or big girl card. Probably $5,000 to $10,000. No inquiries, good. Again, Brandon's your specialist. Any Premier Express or Chase, please let us know. Pretty important as we build it up, and away. That is 5,701. 5,701. Here's 5,697. 5,697 to rebuild. Brandon's your specialist. We're pushing you up, and away. Try and do this inquiry, would it hurt you? Late payments will kill it. All right, they don't like that on cards. This alley, you only have $212 on it as a collection. Pay it, negotiate, get rid of the damn thing. Here we have Capital One increase on the dashboard, so we'll basic credit one, so we'll actually discover. So again, we can balance all this pretty simple, just by playing the game to win. Any Premier Express or Chase, please let us know. Remember, your assignment is to call the office Monday after 10 o'clock, so you can talk to your specialist as well. Here's 5,696. A lot of collections. The little, luckily, they're not huge. This one's huge. There's Chase. That's Chase. Discover those are big ones. The other ones, we can go after those as well. But again, you have American Express with a balance of 917. Tell us how much the limit is on that card. This is probably a blue card, blue cash for personal. Again, these aren't too big, but again, what do we do? Between rebuild, between what we're trying to do and build you up, and away. Please make sure you tell us about American Express or Chase if there's any issue there as well. That is 5,696. Here's 5,684. All right, 84. Credit rebuilt, rapid, 500 bonus card. Okay, no problem. No inquiries. Please keep it that way. The ability to play the game and win. These can all be balanced a little bit if you try. And you have some zero balance on the bottom too. So if it was me, I would balance this all right, and have me do $100,000 of credit. You're just a rebuild for $500. Okay. Again, I like to do more for you if you allow me to. Any problem, American Express or Chase? So once again, I want you to realize if you sign a building lease, complex, storage unit, car, whatever, outside the corporation, which you always do, you pierce your own veil. So remember, these are the supply credit that turns into cash, about $50,000. I can help you get rid of the problem. Always remember the SS4 says individual person, all right, or basically legal person as well. So we get to play. What is the ultimate goal? Building cash credit reports under Aspirian.com small business at TransUnion and Equifax. So again, you can upgrade for $4.99. And what will that do for you? Simple. I'll get you a corporation. You pay your filing fee, no problem. Put you in class level 1 and setup on a weekly basis. If you want to go, and basically get the tax ID for you as well. So again, to get you $5,000 in credit. There's always a solution. Here's $56.95. $56.95. They were late. Now they got 3 currents. Good. That's what they want to see. Okay. No inquiries. And we have these 2 collection accounts, 20,000 and 3,000. Well, I don't know what you want to do with those, but again, let's see if they'll charge them up. If not, you might have to negotiate a couple bucks. Okay. Mobile had a late payment. All right. Now it's on time. This Best Buy will increase the limit. So will Citizens Bank. So will basically Merrick Bank. So will Credit One. So balance your debt that way. To me, it makes more sense. But any problem, American Express or Chase need to know that too. Chase, all right, and basically American Express, again, they don't forgive. Here's 5694. Here could be the address. Marcel is your specialist. And we look at rebuilt. No inquiry, good. From here we have Discover. Yeah, look at the one for here. All right, 26,000. Listen, didn't go away. So the ultimate goal is very simple. This Capital One should have a balance on it, by the way. We can push you up and away, get you a bonus card and all kinds of stuff to rebuild you. This is a heavy one here. See if they negotiate down the road if they don't give up. Okay, that is basically 5694. 5694, you have some green lights. Here's 5529. 5529 to rebuilt brand interest specialist. Again, your scores haven't changed. You just signed up in 812. Here we have basically JC Penney's and a motivation. So that would have crashed your rapid anyway. Next, we have Capital One. Remember what I said. Log on to Capital One and make a payment. Before you make the payment, right-hand side says I want. Click it. Next, on the left-hand side, second to the bottom, increase your limit. Do that every 46 days. Pay it down or do that every 4 to 6 days. You have 2 Capital Ones. We need to know, actually have 3. We need to know what type they are. Are they Platinum, Quicksilver, Quicksilver One, or Venture? We need to know the answers to that come Monday morning. So give us a call. Any problem, American Express or Chase? Didn't see anything here. Again, we have the ability to play, and there's no green lights currently as well. Balance is a little bit better, and we build some credit up and away. That's all we got to do. That's 5529. Here's 5692. 5690. Oh my goodness, look at these collections. I take it you screwed up American Express. Okay. And Chase. The only way around that's a division of me down the road. So, okay. So here we have this ability to look at it up and down. And we have a wrapper. Rescore results came back in. All right, 327, 2025. This, if you balance, it's up to you. So here we have a rebuilt. They're going to go after all of this, see what we can do to get them charge it off. From there, you're jacked up on cards, balance your score, so I can get you 750 and more. It's pretty simple to do. That is 5692 or 5692. We'll mark the file that you messed up Chase and American Express. All right, here's 5687. 5687. Rapid is in place. Good. Glad to hear that. No inquiry. Good, good, good. Here we have a little collection. Come on. It's $264 killing your credit. Negotiate, offer them something, or just pay the whole damn thing off. And it's like this one's paid, this one's not. You have no open revolving cards. So again, pop 1 or 2 cards and then take care of these things as well, and let's push it up. I can push anybody to 750 if you allow me to. But you like collections, then why you jack it up here and basically allow then what? See, understand, you could balance all this pretty quick, but again, rebuild. This is a person, I could get them 100,000 in credit in 60 days if they would just do what they're told to do. But it's up to that person, and that's 5687. Here's 5690. They don't have a Credit Karma, they have a Spearing.com. Okay, it says good. I would like you to do is Credit Karma as well. I like their graph on their dashboard, but again, it's up to you. You're rebuilt with a Rapid and Priscilla's your specialist. No inquiries, please keep it that way. B of A, if you haven't asked for an increase on that line, they'll do it, or credit card, every 3 months. So all this can be balanced across the board. That would be the ultimate goal. Keep in mind, we look at basically Mercury, okay, no problem. All right, I'm looking, here's Chase. Let's see if I have American Express as well. I want to see what I can do. It says no, no, no on both of those. Then we can look at what needs to be done. If anybody's military, thank you for your service. If you're not and you have a relative in military or been in military in the past, give basically an access code. That access code, they can be invited into their account. Here's a rebuilt. Mahesh is your specialist, and your score is not going up yet. From here, let's look at the two little collection accounts. It probably have to be solved yet at Chapter 13. Understand Chapter 13 is a payment plan, 3 to 5 years usually. From there, basically, you finished it or completed it. It's supposed to stay on your file for 7 years after the completion of 7 years. Again, basically, you should seal your record so they couldn't verify it because you filed bankruptcy. That is the Federal Protection Act. That's why you have the allowed to file here. You're basically to protect you. That's what it's for. Again, that's why you seal your record. This Capital One, literally here's 3,000. You can increase the limit, like I said, or bring it down. This is kickoff again. A little bit of things here, no problem. Here's Chime. You're going after all the ones. Okay, that came out of the boot camp. Chime and kickoff we really don't need. Bring this one down instead. But again, the goal is to push you to 750 score. But again, you have some collection accounts and new accounts, and there was a bankruptcy. Again, we can go around all that and build it up and away. No green lines currently, but Rapid pushed you up. You were below 720, now you're 740. Well, 760 probably, somewhere around there. So again, that's not too bad. This person should let us rebuild them 100% and literally get them 100,000 of credit. It's up to the person. So that's how we play the game and win. Here's 5688, 5688. So here we have Christopher's your specialist. Million in the making, you get 100,000 of credit. Good. No inquiries. Please, please keep it that way. See this little 187 bucks. They won't go away. Negotiate it, please. You're actually late on your Mercury. That's what's killing your credit. Here's a person. I'd say any Premier Express or Chase. You have no green lights. Okay, this is all right. Basically late payment. Get it caught up no matter what you have to sell, Uber, Lyft, whatever. Get that done. Next, we have these two collections to get rid of it too. Every one of these things here that are yours, you should keep. The terminated 12,000, 1,300 is not yours. Get rid of it. You can make a phone call though, remove all these things. Pretty simple to do, but again, it's going to be up to you. I'd like to just see what your credit is versus authorized users and terminated accounts. We want to size it up and fix it and rebuild it too. Here's 5307. 5307. Late payments kill you. It's even on kickoff that offers free credit for anybody. Okay, that's not good. So we went up a little bit. No inquiries, big deal. From there, this needs to be removed. And the ability is these little accounts here, a little bigger. But again, Rapid can go around all that. If you basically take these to 29% across the board, what you can do, let me build you some more credit, balance all that debt, solve your problem. Your Rapid is good till 1226. So that's all this presents you. Brandon's your specialist. Please be current or close the account. Make up your mind there, please. 5307. Here's 5145. 5145. Well, no violation. Good. Keep it that way. Collection's $104. Let's solve the problem. Okay, heck, let's just pay for the damn thing. Okay, that's the ultimate goal. So we have the ability, joint doesn't make sense, it doesn't help you, plus your joint's getting you 51%. So if this person loves you, get them off the file with you because they're hurting you across the board. This could help balance the rest of this, by the way. I mean, look at it. You could balance the whole thing with all that. But it's a rebuilt $500 card. So we can just do that, or we can get you 100,000 in credit and line you up. It's up to you. Look at all these green lights. Look at these things. It's like a Christmas tree. So it says your rapid ended on 12/24/25. If it's ended, you need a new one that push your score up and away even more. So basically, number 51, 45, get a new rapid today. That would enhance your credit. Here's 4140. 4140, you're skiing down the hill. What do we have here? Rebuilt, $500 card. No problem. What do we have? Brandy's your specialist. She's our floor supervisor. And then you have all these late payments and new accounts. These inquiries probably killed your rapid, okay? And all this late payment would have killed it as well. And look at all the collection accounts. Again, your 29% rule. This would be a case I'd say close. But let's see what Brandy says. And this person here, 5140, call on Monday after 10 o'clock. Okay, because you're kind of screwing up what we're trying to do. We're playing push me, pull me. That is 5140. Here's 5691. Remember, the worst score was a 240. You're losing some points here and here. Look at all this collection accounts. And your capital one's 162%. So in other words, it's a $200 card. It's probably secured. And what did you do to it? It's jacked up. The ultimate goal, it's jacked up. All right, and what do we have to do? 162 points. 162. Luckily, it's a little card. You can actually get rid of that stuff and balance this. I would tell this person to balance their score. It would be on time with Capital One, a little payment. But again, it's up to them. All they want us to rebuild, we'll do that. The ultimate goal is not too hard to do it. All we have to do is follow through and get basically the process of this, the rebuild. I'm hoping this person wants to do more. Call Brandon on Monday and let's see what your game plan is, because I'd like to do more for you. Okay, that's the ultimate goal. That's 5691. Once again, I want you to think about business reports under tax ID. We get to build cash reports. I got the original dashboard that I set up when I was training Yarborough since 1987. Again, when you sign for a building, car, apartment complex, or storage unit, okay, you pierce your veil. A division of you would make sense to get that as well. This is debt. This is credit. This is supply turning into cash, usually about $50,000. That can help anybody balance their debt and solve problems. From there, solution for problem. From there, if you're in, rebuilding only right now, you did a $499 package, you paid in full, you get a bonus card. If you made payments, no bonus card. If you upgrade for $499 today, you'll be getting a corporation. You're paying the filing fee, a couple bucks. Tax ID, you're going to get a level 1 in setup for 90 days with me, and I'm going to give you $5,000 in cash credit, so I can rebuild you even to 100,000 more. But that's up to you. Here's 5136. 5136, it's a rebuild. Brandy, our floor supervisor. There's no Equifax. We got to figure out the address is wrong. Could be. That's what basically does this a lot of times. Rebuilt, $500 card, no problem. Okay, you sign up in 222. From there, no inquiries. Good. Let's keep it that way. These late payments would have screwed up the wrap and everything else you're doing. Look at all these collections. And there's a big one, and most of them are small. And there's two big ones. 18,000. And here's one for 16, 17,000. Again, we'll go after those as well. Balance this. Let's push you up and away. Any Primary Express or Chase. From there, you have no green lights currently. See, you were going up. Rapid is in place. Let's see what we got. Your Rapid was pushing up, but it basically is going to go down now. Your Rapid stopped. That's only 55 points. Here's a person that needs a new Rapid rescore. But I would basically talk to Brandy, your specialist, on Monday after 10 o'clock too. Ultimate goal. Here's 5139. 5139, Priscilla's your specialist. You rebuilt $500 card. All right, you were up, now you're down. See, here's what happens. We get into this program, we add history, and all of a sudden you get all these invitations in the mail, say you're pre-approved and you're really not. And what happens, some people, they keep going left and right. They apply and apply and say, stop. If the first couple are no, don't you think the rest are going to be no too? Well, at least they got a brand new car this makes no sense. Here's a person that buys a car for $103,000 right after we get him there, so we push the score up too. These inquiries would have killed it. And you're late on your car pay, or you're late on these payments. Why would you buy a car for $100,000 if you can't even be on time to your Ford motor? Again, this has to be balanced. Here's a client. I'm going to suggest close the case on Monday. Okay, I'm going to tell them to close it. Rapid was working, and we're playing this push me, pull me show. But again, all right, Priscilla, you need to call her on Monday. This would be a case I would close, unless there's a reason behind all that crazy stuff. Brand new $103,000 car, can't pay your bills. That's doing the wrong thing. 5686. Okay, from there we built in. We haven't went up much. No inquiry. Keep it that way, please. Well, you screwed up, Chase. We don't have to ask that question. What about American? Oh, American Express is yes too. See, the only way to get around Chase or American Express you screwed up is a division of you that gets the new account. If not, you never get another one. They never forgive you. Never. So you don't really have credit. This is just chumpy change. And I call it crap cards. Again, the limits. Bring this one down, not much. From there, we can go around this, push you up. You want $5,000 of credit. Christopher's your specialist. So what do we have to do? All right, these we get a push to the side. This, you need to balance these all to 29%. All right, and then from there, you have some green lights. I can get you the 5,000. Okay, again, no problem. But down the road, I'd like you to think about, all right, would you like a division of you to go around all this silly stuff like American Express or Chase? Please talk to Christopher on Monday, please. I won't have to ask you, screwed American Express or Chase. The answer is yes. All right, that is 5686. 5686. Here's 5685. Okay, so let's see. We got rebuilt. Priscilla's your specialist. You just signed up. You have all this collection. Oh, you got Chase and, all right, American Express. So they're both screwed up. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right, now understand, here's a repo. Please understand on a repossession of a car. Okay, all right, they can give you a 1099-C. All right, deficiency balance, gap insurance, all this silly stuff. But again, what are you trying to do? Okay, we got to look at this as 29% rule. All right, you got to go around it as well. This one's not even yours. Then you got both problems here and no green lights, and Rapid's pushing you up. So everything is crap, and your Rapid's still pushing you up and away. That's not too bad. So we have to just tear this apart in different directions. But again, let's see what we can get charged off as well. It is 5685. You don't have to ask you about American Express or Chase. Call Priscilla on Monday after 10 o'clock, please. Let's see what kind of game plan we have. All right, oh my goodness, wow. This one is 5047. Okay, you want 10,000 credit. Brandy's your specialist. No problem, you bring yourself down. See all the collections that are not closed. So they're not closed collections, so you can't just remove them. All right, I'd go around them with the Rapid, see if it's in place. Your Rapid ended, so you need a new one. Okay, no green lights at all. You're going down, 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 and the negative red. You're up. Here we're going up in the green, here we're going in the red. Okay, that depends who they report to. See what happens when these report here, you got more collections hitting you now. So your Equifax is a negative. You have less hitting you on this, TransUnion. So it's a positive. Again, this is playing push me, pull me. The authorized user should be removed right away. Your friend's not helping you, whoever it is. All right, 102%. I'd remove authorized users completely. You have about 4 cards. That's all you need anyway. Self-lead, you don't need that crap. Get rid of it as well. And let's take this one here and increase the limit. Capital One on the dashboard, increase the limit. Here's basically this one will do it too. This can be cleaned up pretty quick, but it's up to you to do what I ask you to do as well. Okay, and American Express or Chase doesn't say. I don't see him here. What if we could go around all that and get those cards too? the ultimate goal. So that was 5047. 5047. Here's 5360. 5360. Brand interest specials. You get a bonus card, $500. You paid in full. And then you did 2 inquiries. Why? Why? All right, we'll have to look at that as well. Collection lists are not huge. Going around those or negotiate. Wow. You went out, we went after a card for you. So this is a card we got you $300. See, you have First Premier 110%. First Premier is probably the worst card on planet Earth. But again, we got this card, balance it to 25%, bring this one down from the Any Problem Chase from Air Express. From here, we got this Indigo. Did you ever get the card for Indigo? I need to know as well. So we'll build that up, do that. From there, we'll go around this, and this is a no-no anyway, but those are basically ours anyway, so it won't hurt. We'll go around that, so let's see what Rapid's doing. We'll push you up, cross, and down, up and down, up and down. That's why I call it the up and down show. We're on the right direction. Your Rapid's good to 1111, so it just ended. You'll need a new Rapid. This is a person should get a new Rapid rescore, but talk to your specialist right away as well. Rapid rescore, build it up, balance this. I can push this person to 700 pretty quick. It's up to the person too. That is 5360. Here's 5362. It's a rebuilt brand interest specialist. Again, we went up a little bit here and here. Here we did an inquiry. Why? And it's First Premier, the worst card on planet Earth. They send those cards to everybody. $95 just to activate the damn card. So the 7.5, this was done when you didn't get that. Someone screwed up. The authorized user is $300. That's it. So here I can pop the card for you. All right, with the authorized user, I can pop with my, just simple to do. So let's see what kind of card we can get this person. Rapid ended. You ought to get a new one. Let's see what I can do to build you up and away. And talk to Brandon on Monday, please. The ultimate goal. Here's 5361. You get a $500 bonus card with Brandon again. We got you up basically 70 points or so. Got you up almost 100 points here. Here's basically new inquiries. Keep it that way, please. Here's your collection accounts. And we have this new Capital One. Fantastic. It's an inquiry. And it's probably this one for authorized user. Like I said, authorized user, I'd rather not do that. I'd rather done an open sky card or try getting it before you did that too. But again, it's up to you. Hey, you signed up in 7.5. So let's see what we can do. What is the total game plan? And the ultimate goal is to get you where you need to go. All right, here's 5131. Here you had no credit at all. All right, you need $1,000 of Brandon bonus card. Okay, you went up already here and here. So I got you 3 cards. Where's the other cards? This is Citibank. So what happened here? We got 0%, 1%. Put a balance on this. Okay, we got to look at these cards and what happened because they were approved at one time and go around this. Let's see what else we can do for you. And maybe American Express, but you only get a $1,000 card. So let's rebuild you. Okay, and the bottom line from there, get you the $1,000. You got $500 card. No problem. What happened? It was approved. We need to know what is the game plan. Rapid push you 84%, 84, 80 points. That's what it was doing. That's kind of good. You need a new one. The ultimate goal. All right, so the goal is business credit, tax ID. Get that around your head, please. You see, divisions, I can get rid of them and get another one and another one. No intent to do fraud. Building, car, apartment complex, storage unit. Think about a division of me. Remember, those can turn into supply credit to cash, about 50,000. So if you're not in a corporate package yet, $499 lets you upgrade. Corporation, tax ID, classes and level 1 and setup, 90 days with me, 5,000 of credit. All right, if you sell the $499 today, ultimate goal. The goal is to repackage every one of you. All right, you can call the specialist today. They're basically here for another hour or two for the Black Friday specials as well. If I get to repackage you, here's my thing that always scares me. January every year to about March, people go, I wish I would have did it, Ray. In other words, I tell them what to do and they don't always listen. And that's kind of sad. So again, what happens? A corporation, if I go to the bank right now, they're going to ask a question. Is it 2 years old? Is the divisions in the corp 2 years old? And if it's not, the reality is you have to wait next year or the following year. If you did it now, what's going to happen is very simple. You have 18 days left. It's time to do what you need to do. From there, the radio show, well, it was radio nationwide anyway, TV shows next year. So what's a corporation again? Legal person. Keep in mind, like I said, draw this one earlier, banks and grocery stores and cities. Divisions of you would make sense. The ability to know a division, your name's not on it. That means I can add history and create the credit reports, Experian, Treasury, and Equifax dashboard. After we daisy chain credit, we can basically do what? Tax ID. It separates liability. So your goal right now is to take a picture of this. If you needed divisions for your corporation right now, okay, 3 for $14.99 with $10,000 of credit. No credit, $9.99. 9 divisions, $29.99, $25,000 of credit. No credit, $19.99. 12 divisions, $39.99 with $75,000 of credit. No credit, $29.99. And if you did it now, right away, this Black Friday special only lasts 10 minutes. Had to be done before I'm done with the presentation because I'm doubling the numbers. That means you get 6, 9, all right, or you're going to get 18, 6, 18, or 24. It is a Zell. You call the office, 800-254-9506, right away. All right, so let's talk about your time. I think you let life kind of have this rerun part. I get up every day at 2:25 since I was a little kid. Simple. Money making machine. I like you to think about boring and steady. I like to think about past, present, and future. Future is 2025. It's going to be the greatest year of your life if you don't know it yet. These are the things I like to do for every one of you. Guide you, coach you, get you in there, or do it for you. Again, someone should drive you around your city today. Ask you the question, why don't you own these things as your divisions? Because that's what you should be focusing on. If you need a phone call with me, it's usually 15 minutes. If it's a blueprint, it's an hour with your partner of life. And from there, coaching is every week. That's what I do with my coaching. The blueprint call is to dissect you, past, present, and future. With partner of life, I charge $9.99 for the blueprint call. You're both on the call with me up to an hour. From there, the coaching programs are great. Your file's on my desk, ready for me to call and know your case better than you know it. From there, next year, coaching is going to be with my junior and senior coaches, not with me, unless you're ready with my coaching program now. I want boring and steady. Here's what I always did. Every time I get a line of credit, take $40,000 off the card, and I would buy a laundromat, dry cleaner, and car wash. $100,000 was a storage unit. Started buying those when I was 19 with my ex-father-in-law, Dr. Robert Soltis. It was fun. From there, the $250, used in an apartment complex. And that was kind of fun too. So the goal would be, let's become an investor. Let's not run it. Let's own it and become the bank, auto income. That was always my goal. These are things I have for my people in coaching right now. These are the ones who are getting at 6 or they're getting at 4:30 in the afternoon because they already have millions of dollars of credit. We build them up and away. If you wanted a 6 weeks coaching today, all right, it would be a blueprint call. It would literally be $25,000 of credit, expedited rapid, all classes, level 1, 2, and 3 in specialty. Normally bill that at $11,596. Today on Black Friday, it is $4,999. It's a Zell. Call the office right away too. So let's understand, if you're in the 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months, this is where we're going to kind of guide you more, getting your first location. I want you to understand the IRS is 5 million below a small company. What is their goal? Once you're in that coaching, your goal should be 5 million, not 100,000 a month. We got to fight to get the damn keys. That's the goal. Whatever location you want to get, I'll guide you or do it with you or for you. 10,000 to 100,000 a month should be the goal. As we do all these pieces, let's understand. Analyze, history, classes, weekly calls, and rapid rescore. Up, up, and away. The ultimate goal is projections, limits being increased, phone calls, daisy chaining of credit, and increasing limits. If you're in a 3-month coaching program with me, it is $8,000. Okay, it's 3 months, and I give you 100,000 of bonus credit if it was me. From there, this is basically for my 15,000 for 6 months, 150,000 in coaching, 150,000 in credit. The 1 year is 30,000, and the bottom line is you're going to get 300,000 more credit. Now, if you're in coaching, you need to extend it. This one has credit. All right, the bottom line is credit that comes with it. This is now coaching for every other week because I'm sold out currently. From there, with no credit, this is the next pricing. All right, actually, this one came with credit? Okay. All right, so guess what? Gotta look at the different prices. I should have got rid of the last one. So the goal is this, so let's understand. Rapid rescore helps block bad credit. That's what I like. Let's fix things, maybe negotiate things. Rapid, basic, can push you up, up, and away pretty quickly if you do what you're asked to do on your side too. Rapids are always $4.99. First one I pay for everybody. I won't pay for the second one, especially when they screw it up. If you're not in basically a program, you'd want to do rapid to get started, class every Friday and Saturday, and then you want to focus on $750. From there, it's $999, $1,000 bonus card. All right, from there, I always chop it in half, $499. Bonus card's $500, and you learn raise rules and tools to maintain 750 score. The division of me, if I didn't have that, I wouldn't be able to get that $1 million of credit in 6 weeks after coma. I always have a backup for a backup. You might want to consider it as well. Division of me can get a credit card, house, franchise. Well, goal should be to never bring the pain home. Original dashboards allow me, tax ID, corp, me, subsidiary, division, to be able to build credit file instantly and to be able to get credit right away. And that's the goal. So if you've got a corporation, I'll build yours, no problem. If you don't have one, I'll hand you one for free. You pay your filing fee. I'll charge you $9.99, give you $5,000 of credit. $24.99, give you $25,000 of credit. The goal is to make you a certified CFO. Analyze, add history, pop credit right away. And that would be the goal. From there, that's usually a Zelle situation. There's your Zelle. From there, you can basically call the office right away as well. Referrals, we build more credit. Our result, people about 10% back. Either way, our goal is very simple, is to help everybody who wants help. From there, I told you earlier today, banks and grocery stores in cities, bankrupt locations. You should have 3 divisions of you. That way, it's like the banks and the grocery stores and Sam's Club and Geico and cities do the same thing. See, you have the ability to stop bringing the pain home. Become a certified CFO and perform, reprogram your brain to millionaire status. I've looked around the curtain ever since I was a kid. I wanted out of hell. I wanted it bad enough. So I do my best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. The ultimate goal is getting all the goodies. Me, I like getting goodies, but the reality is I came out of a coma. They stole my life. I got to rebuild it right away. Nothing holds you down besides you. I would suggest call the office right away at 800-254-9506. If you want to analyze today, call the office on Monday after 10. Find out when you're scheduled if you're a client too. Ultimate goals, we do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. And never forget, at the end of the day, God loves us all.